I'm just testing out a software. Oh, it's working now. Okay, I'm trying out a new software, so we will see if it shows up. Bear with me. Always love testing new things. So let's see if this is showing up on my live. Well, there's people here. Okay, so I guess it's showing up because you're here. That's a good sign. Let me know, can you let me know if you can hear me? I am just trying a new software, so just let me know in the chat below if you can hear me. If it looks like I'm not in my usual studio, as you know, some of you know, I recently moved to Florida, so I'm actually using a co-working space while I'm working on some renovations for my new office. So here we are, we go with the flow. So thanks so much for joining me. I actually got a lot of questions for this live, which I didn't expect. So I'm gonna share something that I've noticed a lot recently with working with my coaching clients, just in life and discussions I've had. And then I'm also really excited to let you know about something that's coming up next week, especially if you've been thinking of joining us inside the Yes Apply Method. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. If you want the sneak peek before I even talk about it, just type bonus 25 in the chat. If you're watching on the replay, you can type bonus 25 on the replay, and you'll learn all about it. And I'm gonna discuss it. I'm gonna talk about it today. But one thing that I thought was absolutely mind-blowing when I learned about it was that authenticity is the highest frequency. So I have learned about emotions and frequencies for my own coaching, for coaching with my clients since 2016 or 2017. I think I started talking about it online in 2017. And so you'll often see people talking about David Hawkins' scale of consciousness. And so from that, I always thought that love and enlightenment was the highest frequency. And then I think it was about last year, I was watching a video from Gary Brecka, and he was talking about how there was studies or research done where they put people in Faraday cages, and the highest frequency that they tested was authenticity. Why am I saying that? Another theme to talk about is there's a fitness influencer online who has over 1 million followers, very famous. There's a fitness influencer who I only know of this person. I never watched their videos or anything like that. I only know of them because I've seen people hating on them, saying like, oh, their thing only works because genetics, da 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 da. So I didn't know who this person was, but I've been seeing their name all over the place because of people hating on this person. And then I randomly just Googled this person. I'm like, let me watch a video. I watched this person speak and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love what they're saying. I love what they're saying. I love how they're saying it. I love what they mean. I love how they're communicating it. I'm going to look into what they do more. I might even become a customer. I might even become a client. So why am I saying that? Because I've noticed that there are some certain, people that I've worked with, people in conversation, who are saying that they're afraid to show up, whether they're afraid to show up online in their content, whether they're afraid to say what it is that they have to say, whether they're afraid to speak their message or share their story, share what's on their heart, because they know that it's what they're meant to do. But remember that your authenticity is your highest frequency. So when you do something in that high frequency, good things will come from it. And even if people don't all understand it, or even if people can't see or perceive what you're doing because they're not on that same frequency, that's okay, because the people who are on that frequency, they will love it, they will get it, they will want to be in your community, maybe they'll want to be your client, whatever it is. But you can't hold back and stay in a vibration of doubt and fear and lack and scarcity because you're worried about what people will think. Because not only does that frequency of doubt and fear keep you in scarcity and you in worry and you in anxiety, which is not a fun place to be, it also blocks you from connection. It blocks you from connection with the people that you want to connect with, whether it's your new best friend, whether it's your new client, whether it's your new community member. So it's so important to not worry if people will like you or not like you. From my example, I heard about someone only from other people hating on this person, and now I like what they're putting out there into the world. And so I think it's so important to share, to stay true to you. So that has been, something that's been buzzing around that I wanted to share with you. And I hope that that really, really helps you today. And where this really digs into the work that I do is that there are so many people that I know and that I haven't yet met yet, who you've gone through something in your life. Maybe you've gone through some kind of struggle growing up. Maybe you've overcome something. Maybe you had an obstacle and you broke through it. And not only did you change for yourself, but you recognize that if I were to share this lesson with someone else doesn't have to go through that pain. So if that's you and you're thinking of becoming a coach, a teacher, a podcaster, an author, or whatever it is, know that when you're leaning into your authenticity, you're leaning into your highest frequency, you're leaning into your growth, right? You're approaching life from a place of love. And so the Yes Supply Method coaching certification is a perfect place for you to cultivate your gifts of speaking and sharing, moving through the obstacles of the past and moving into the life of expression and expansion that you want. And so if you have been sitting on the fence and you're ready to get off the fence and join us inside the Yes Supply Method, I'm so excited because we have something really exciting to share that's starting on Monday. So on Monday, we are having a bonus week. So what does that mean? What is a bonus week? It means that every single day of the week from Monday to Friday, when you join us inside the Yes Supply Method, you're gonna get something special, okay? You're gonna get a special bonus, a course, a lesson, a coaching call, a group coaching call. So I'm gonna talk about the bonuses of every day of the week. And then if you are wanting to join one of the upcoming cohorts, this is absolutely the perfect time to join, okay? So if you want the details, if you want the link, type bonus 25 below. You can type it if you're watching on the replay, that's totally okay. It will still send you the information. And I'm gonna walk you through what we're offering. And then I'm also gonna answer all the beautiful questions that I got from you. Okay, so day one, if you join the Yes Supply Method on Monday, because I'm ready to be a coach, I wanna help people, I want science-backed, evidence-based tools, I want a training that's been approved by the ICF. I want a training that's been approved by the Complementary Medical Association. I want to understand the subconscious tools for my life, to help my friends, my family, my children, and also to help my clients or my future clients with a deeper transformation. This is what you get inside the Yes Apply Method. So day one, if you sign up for the Yes Apply Method on Monday, the beautiful thing is as soon as you sign up, you get instant access to the content so you can start walking through it all. You also will get this beautiful manual sent in the mail. This isn't even a bonus, it's just included. And then what the bonus is for Monday is my release workshop. So everyone has these top emotions that are holding them back in life and they're unaware of it. Anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, and shame. What happens is if you are holding on to these emotions and you're not expressing them and processing them, your subconscious mind will often put you in situations so that you can process it. So if you're holding on to a lot of unresolved anger, you'll find you end up in a lot of situations that either are angering you or frustrating you or creating jealousy in your life because your subconscious mind is showing you that so you can release and process that anger. And until you release and process it, you will often find yourself repeating themes that bring that emotion up for you, okay? Same with sadness. Same with fear, anxiety, worry. If that's coming up for you a lot in your life, everywhere you turn, whether it's relationships, whether it's fitness, whether it's money, feeling anxious or worried or fearful, it's because it's time for you to process that fear. So anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, and shame, okay? My release workshop that you get when you join the Yes Apply Method on Monday helps you work through all of these emotions and release them with a powerful tool called neural energetic wiring that we've studied that has a really high efficacy rate of helping you release these emotions on your first try. And so I've used these on myself to release emotions. So things that would normally used to nag me, road raging, all that stuff, doesn't happen for me anymore, okay? It also really helps if you have kids. Instead of you needing to manage your emotions, you've already managed them. Now you can focus in on supporting your kids with theirs. So I love the release workshop, and that's what you get when you join on Monday. On Tuesday, excuse me, on Tuesday, if you join on Tuesday, you get access to the social media mini course, okay? So some of you who've been around for a while, you might have noticed that from August 8th, on August 8th, the Yes Apply Method Instagram account was at 108,000 followers. And we were at 108,000 followers around there for over a year. Now, if you look, the Yes Apply Method account is at 230,000 followers, I believe. Let me double check. 235,000 followers. So from August to now, about 6 months, September, October, November, December, January, 5 months. In 5 months, it's grown over 100,000 followers. How did we do that while also staying aligned with our message, right? Not having to put out super triggering content or pranks or something like that for our content to go viral and to grow over 100,000 followers in 5 months, but actually put out things that align with the work that we do. This is what I'm explaining to you and showing you how to do in the social media mini course, okay? So you get that for free when you join on Tuesday. If you want more information on that, type bonus 25 below. If you sign up on Wednesday, you get access to my wealth consciousness rewiring bundle. So I'm someone who, I grew up in a single parent household. I remember my mom always calling and following up with my dad for child support. Money was always a struggle. Money was always a chase. And how did I get to the point where I grown a 7-figure business? It was from working on my money mindset. So I'm putting some incredible exercises to help you work on your money mindset in the Wealth Consciousness Rewiring Bundle. Many of our students have seen huge shifts in their money, in manifesting random upgrades and gifts and checks and all sorts of things just from going through this. So if you sign up for the Yes Apply Method on Wednesday, that's what you get access to. If you sign up for the Yes Supply Method on Thursday, then you get a group coaching call with me. So for the group coaching call, I'm going to cover anything that you feel like you need. So if you come in and you feel like you need help with money mindset, you're going to get coached live on the spot with me. If you come in and you feel like you need help with business support, strategy, anything like that, I'm going to be there to support you. So you're going to get a live call in a group with me with incredible other individuals who are elevating their life. And if you sign up on Friday, then you are going to get a call with one of our Yes Supply Method trainers, where you're going to be able to learn from them, coach them, experience the techniques for yourself, and be able to learn so many incredible things that will transform your life. So I'm so excited. If you're interested in this, type bonus 25 below and we'll send you all the information. And I'm so excited for you to join us inside the Yes Supply Method next week. Okay, so it's going to be so amazing. And our next upcoming cohort starts at the end of January, so make sure to get in soon. So I got so many great questions, and so I want to dive in and answer them. And if you have any questions while I'm here live, feel free to ask. Someone's asking if I'm studying the self-paced, can I add it? So yeah, if you're in the self-paced and you want to upgrade to a live, to the live program, then definitely email our team at hello@yessupply.co and we can help you out with that. Aubrey saying I rewatch all the YSM videos all the time. I love that, Aubrey. Okay, so let me go through the questions that I got. So the first one I got is, what made you move to Florida aligned with your current values? So it's so funny because I grew up in Canada. My whole life I lived in Canada. My whole life I had to withstand the cold. And I always actually dreamed of living somewhere warm. I always knew I wanted to live somewhere warm, but it actually was a dream that felt so far away. I wasn't really sure if it was going to happen. Even after having created incredible things in my life, for some reason, living somewhere warm just felt really far away. And but I started applying, what I teach in Yes, It's Yours. And so I started to, even without knowing the how, even without knowing the where, I started to visualize every night before I fell asleep, me on a lounge chair at the beach with my kids playing in the sand ahead of me. Okay, I just started to visualize it. I didn't put pressure on it. I didn't put a deadline on it. I didn't put time. I didn't know the how. But I was like, that's a fun thing to think about before I go to sleep, rather than, who knows, racing thoughts or whatever. Might as well think about what you want, right? That's what we're all about at Yes Supply. And so then what happened a few months later is we kind of manifested a trip to Florida. So my husband was going to come here for a business trip, and he already paid for an Airbnb. And then his friend / business partner who was supposed to come with had to back out last minute. And so my husband was like, well, like, I already, have this Airbnb. If I don't go, I still have to pay for 50% of it anyway, because the cancellation policy. So I'm like, okay, let's go to Florida. I didn't know anything about Florida other than I heard about like crocodiles and alligators, which that's a whole other story. I was like, let's go, something to do, right? So blessed and grateful we get to work freedom-filled businesses that we can take our businesses anywhere and everywhere and do them whenever we want. And my kids are with me. I don't have them in daycare right now, so it was like a little family vacay last November 2023. And so guess what? We came to Miami and I fell in love. I loved it here. Also, my children loved it. Their smiles on their faces were so big. I loved the sunshine. I'd always loved LA. I had traveled to LA and California a lot, and sending them prayers right now because of the fires. I'd always loved it. I loved the palm trees and everything like that. So when I came to Florida, it had a lot of the things that I liked in terms of like the weather and the palm trees, but I just felt this different sense of peace. And I don't know if I can explain what that is other than just an energy that sat well with me. And so that's when the wheel started to turn of, maybe this is the place. Because we also thought, hey, maybe Europe. Like, my husband's family lives in Europe. But the thing is, Europe is a little bit far from Canada. Obviously, it could be 8 to 10 hours of travel. So another thing that I love about Florida is if I want to go home, when I want to go home, it's a 3-hour flight. 3 hours, it's so easy. It's easy for the kids. Even going to California, that's a 5-hour flight. So yeah, the wheels started to turn of like, maybe we like it here. I loved all the activities. I loved going to Disney World with the kids. They loved it. And so obviously with it being a big decision, we came back a few months later and stayed for, I think a little over a month, and we still loved it. And then we came back another few months later, we still loved it. And we're like, okay, we really like it here. And then oftentimes when I was back in Canada, I would get this feeling like, why am I even here? Right? So I really got the sense of moving here. And since being here, first off, I love the sun. I love warm weather. Cold hits my skin like needles. Okay. So I love the weather. I have way better energy. I think it's from being in the sun. I'm a big believer. I love the sun. I know some people will tell you the sun is bad. I don't believe it. So when I'm back in Canada and Ontario, I can get a full night's sleep and still feel exhausted. And then I come here, and even if I don't get much sleep, my kids are up or whatever it is, on 2 hours of sleep, I have more energy here than a full night's sleep there. So there's just so many things about like my energy, the way that my kids smile when we're here, like going to the beach or even just like going outside to play at the park instead of having to bundle up in 7 layers. So I could go on. I could do a whole essay on it, but the outdoorsy kind of active lifestyle is something that we really like. So that's a big part of it. I see some people saying, Tamara saying the sun is so good. I agree. Welcome. Miami is amazing. Thank you. I do like Miami. We moved to a little bit more like family oriented area, but we're in driving distance. So that's always nice. Okay, amazing. And I see some of you typing bonus 25. So excited to see you inside the Yes Supply method. If anyone has questions on the Yes Supply method, feel free to ask. Someone's asking, is there any reference material on EFT tapping that we can read? So if you're asking about inside the program, if you join Yes Supply Method inside the program, we actually have, I think it's like a 30-page document with all the science and research behind what we do. And there's so many great studies on EFT that we include, and we've actually done our own studies on EFT at Yes Supply. So that's great. If you're not in the program, but you're wanting to just learn more about EFT, someone who I love who does great research, her name is Peta Stapleton, so P-E-T-A Stapleton, and you can find her on Instagram, and she's always publishing new papers and information on the science behind EFT and how it works, so I would definitely look her up. And another person who discusses the research on EFT is Dawson Church, who also has an EFT course. Okay, good questions. The special for Yes It's Yours actually ended on the 5th of January. Yes It's Yours, but it's still a very affordable price, and we have payment plans. So you can get Yes It's Yours for $444, and we have payment plans you can jump in at, I think it's about $80 a month. So it's very accessible. And if you need help with that, with a payment plan, adjusting a payment plan, just email our team at hello@yessupply.com. Okay, so the next question that I see is tapping enough to manifest or to change circumstances? So this is such a good question, and I dive deeper into tapping, of course, in my certification and in Yes It's Yours, because I think it's really important to have your vision, right? There's that saying, without vision, the people will perish. So I'm all about knowing what is your yes. So where is it that you want to live? What's your health or fitness outcome? What's your relationship outcome? What's your money outcome? Getting clear on that and knowing what is the vibration of that. So when I already have the success that I want, or the fitness that I want, or the relationship that I want, how am I going to feel? And then making sure that when you're doing tapping or your other energetic work, you're aligning to that energy. So all of these tools, whether you're doing EFT tapping with me or some of the tools that are in my programs, or if you're doing meditation, all of these tools are for the outcome of getting into the energy and matching the energy. And matching the energy is easier said than done, because if you've been programmed your whole life to feel in the energy of scarcity, it can take a bit of work to feel in the energy of abundance. So if you're consistent with your tapping, then yes, the tapping can help you feel in that energy of abundance and start to attract abundance through your feeling, through your perception, and through your actions. Because guess what? When you feel in the energy of abundance, you're not just gonna stay at home and hide in a little corner. You're gonna be creative, you're gonna be artistic, you're gonna be expressing yourself, you're gonna wanna go out there, and you'll create opportunities through that will help you attract what it is that you want. But if you're doing tapping and you're finding I'm still having certain thoughts that are coming up, I definitely recommend going into our certification or doing the Yes, It's Yours program, so that you can dive into what are the subconscious programs that I downloaded or got donated to me from my family and ancestors, and how can I release those and reprogram myself to align to the life that I want. Okay, so sometimes it's just from the energetic shift, but remember, it's often the energetic shift that will help us get into the emotions, and from that emotion we're taking that inspired action. Okay, next question is how to start from scratch to set the mindset. So this is my 5-step process to create your mindset. So first, you get clear on what it is that you want. So you ask yourself the question, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes? And experience that in your mind. I always hear Bob Proctor's voice in my head saying, there is a place. Okay, there's a whole speech tied to that. But when you think of your goal, so maybe you're living in your dream house and you're driving your kids to the private school that you want to go to, or you're taking the nice trips, or you're making the positive impact on people's lives. When you're super clear on that vision in your mind, that's not fake or made up. That image, that imagination is the first step in that creation process. And I love how Bob Proctor says, there is a place. Okay, that reality that you created in your mind is a place. Okay, so I'd love to get clear on that. What would you see? What would you feel? What would you hear? What would you experience? And go back into that place in your mind often, because the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. So the more you visit your dream home and you're running your dream business and you're making your dream positive impact and you have your dream bank account and you're happy and healthy and loved and loving, the more you go there in your mind, your subconscious mind believes that that's real, because you visited 100 times, and now you become more comfortable with that, with your yes, than you are with your current reality. And you're like, I'm not settling for this anymore. And it becomes easier to create it because you're more comfortable with your yes. Okay, and that's when it becomes much easier for your subconscious to help you bring it into reality. And it will often take actions as well as aligning your emotions. So I went in deep in that. That's what I talk about in Yes, It's Yours. I went in deep in that, but step 1 is getting clear on your yes. And then you ask yourself, who is the version of me who lives there, who experiences that, who lives that life? Are you more confident? Do you believe in yourself? Do you set higher standards for yourself? How do you feel? What's your perspective of the world? And start to become that person before your outside circumstances even reflect that to you, okay? As Joe Dispenza says, your personality dictates your personal reality. So step into that personality, step into that identity. And then next is think about the habit. So I love to think, what actions would make my success inevitable? So a great way to explain this is, let's say you have a fitness goal, okay? If you have a fitness goal, you might not know if it's gonna take you, let's say you want abs. You might not know if it's gonna take you 3 months or 6 months or 12 months to get abs. But what you can believe is like, okay, well, what actions would make my success inevitable? What actions, if I did this, it has to happen. It just has to happen. So just commonsensically thinking about it, it's like maybe drinking more water, maybe stopping drinking like raspberry slushies from from the gas station or whatever. Maybe going to Pilates 3 times a week. Maybe even if you're scrolling, maybe instead of scrolling sitting on the couch, you scroll while you're walking on your treadmill. Little changes, right? Little changes, and put that into your calendar. So you say, okay, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I go to Pilates. I don't know if it's going to take me 3 months or 6 months or a year to get the abs, but I'm taking the actions that make my success inevitable. So I know I'm going to get there, and I'm going to love myself the whole way. So I'm not bad or ugly or whatever because I don't yet have them. I love myself now. I'm grateful for my body and all it does for me now. And I'm taking the actions to get there. And also, too, I'll add, when you're thinking about a fitness or weight loss or health goal, I do think bringing health to the forefront, your longevity to the forefront, also helps you align your habits and makes it more healthy for you to get there. Okay, so just loving yourself the whole way. And no telling yourself when. I've heard so many people say, oh, when I lose the 10 pounds, then I'll start making videos. When I lose the 10 pounds, then I'll start the business. Guess what? The 10 pounds has no impact on your business, okay? It's you and how you're showing up. So I was posting and making videos and making content when I was 210 pounds postpartum, and now when I'm in my 140-ish pounds, okay? So it's not about your weight, okay? It's about your energy when you're showing up and how kind and how much value and how much service you're adding to people. What book am I currently reading? I actually set the intention last year to start reading the Bible. So I'm on Deuteronomy. Next is, and I have time for one more. There's so many good questions, but I have another meeting in a few minutes, so I won't be able to get to all of them. So the next question is, why can I trust that this can help me be a better person and friend? Why can I trust that this can help me be a better person and friend? I'm not sure necessarily what you're referring to, but if it's EFT, again, there's so much science and research on EFT, but I think you setting the intention and making the actions every single day to be a better person and friend, that's actually what's going to help you trust that you can be a better person and a better friend. So I love the golden rule, right? Treat others how you would want to be treated, right? When you're doing something to someone else, ask yourself, would I want someone to do that to me? And if the answer is no, then you can adjust that, okay? And then managing your emotions, responding rather than reacting. That'll make such a big difference. Tamara is asking, would Yes, It's Yours help with relationship goals, meeting a significant other, and releasing resistance? Yes, absolutely. Because it's also going to help you with your confidence when you're showing up, when you're speaking to someone. So I've helped so many clients manifest and attract a relationship because they started loving themselves first, right? If you stay in the same energy where maybe you allow certain things, or you don't have certain standards, or you don't have certain boundaries, you might attract someone else who isn't even the right person for you, or isn't the type of person that you would want, right? So it can be very healthy for you to look at, where are the areas of self-sabotage in my life where I don't feel like I deserve more, or I'm worthy of more, or I'm lovable, and shift those so that you feel like you're lovable even when someone hasn't bought you flowers. You know you're lovable even when you're not out on a date. And when you know you're lovable regardless, it becomes very easy for other people to love you and be kind to you as well. There's a great concept that describes, it's called the Pygmalion effect, or the Rosenthal effect, which describes how you feel about yourself and how you see yourself is reflected to others, and that's how they see you and feel about you too. And this reflects very much in my life, coming from someone. I used to be very shy. I was too nervous to talk to more than 2 to 3 people at once. And I shifted, and I had the thoughts in my head of like, I'm not interesting, no one's gonna talk to me, no one's gonna be my friend. And my outside world reflected that. And then I started to shift inside. I said, I'm going to be proactive rather than reactive. I'm not going to wait for someone to come to me and be my friend. I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to become everyone else's friend. I'm going to be kind to others. I'm going to be loving to others. I'm going to be giving to others. And guess what? My whole life changed, and that shyness and that insecurity melted away. So yes, this program, yes, it's yours, will definitely help. It helps with any area of your life because I help you actually map out, let's see if I have this here. I actually help you map out the different areas of your life. You can see that. There's a wheel of, the wheel of life where you can get clear on that, and then you can apply it to the different areas of your life. Your content and tips changed my life. What you do is very valuable. You don't even know it, but thank you for touching my life. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. That is so nice. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate that. That is why we do what we do. Okay, I wish I could go for another hour. I really do. But I have another conversation to have right now. But I do want to share with you, if you love this and you love longer form content, go on my YouTube channel, because I have a lot of longer videos on my YouTube channel where we're discussing a lot of the things like this, and we're discussing the science behind this. So that's actually what I'm hopping off to do right now. I'm meeting with Aubrey, who is our neuropsychologist on our team, who helps us do all of our research. And almost every week on my YouTube, you'll find a video with me and her where we're discussing the science behind creating your yes life. So I'm about to hop off right now, and we're gonna be talking about the science behind keeping the faith regardless of external circumstances. So I'm so excited for this conversation, and I'm so grateful that you're all here. And if you are, again, you're becoming a coach, a podcaster, an author, a teacher, you want to lead conferences, you want to lead talks where you're teaching people how to empower themselves and how to reprogram their subconscious mind, the Yes Apply method is the perfect place for you. So type bonus 25 to learn more, and then starting next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every single day of the week when you join, you're going to get an additional bonus from me and my team, and I'm so excited to work with you and see you inside. So thanks for being here with me today, and I will see you soon.